Welcome viewers. This is lecture number 4 of lecture series on real analysis. Today we are going to discuss a very important theorem on real analysis that is based on least upper bound and greatest lower bound. Let A and B be two non-empty bounded subsets of real number R with B contained in A. Prove that greatest lower bound of A is less than equal to greatest lower bound of B is less than equal to least upper bound of B is less than equal to least upper bound of A. So before proving this result, let us take an example so that the proof of this theorem become easy. So we try to prove this result by taking an example. So let A is equal to non-empty set A is equal to close interval minus 2 comma 4 and B set हम ले लेते हैं B is 0 comma 3 close interval 0 to 3. B two subsets of real number R with B contained in it. So let us think about this example geometrically. This is our set A minus 2 to 4 and this is our set B. This here is 0, here is 3. So this is our B. So let us denote with another color so that we can easily differentiate this. This is 0, this is 3. So this is set B. So okay. So now uh, by definition of least upper bound, we can find least upper bound of set A that is equal to 4 and greatest lower bound of A set A is equal to, yes, what is the greatest lower bound? That is minus 2. We have already discussed this example in our previous slide, the previous lecture. Now similarly, if we talk about set B, the least upper bound of set B is, yes, that is 3. Very good. And greatest lower bound of set B, that is 0. So we can easily derive the relation between least upper bound. So we can easily observe that we can easily observe that observe that minus 2 is less than equal to 0, is less than equal to 3, is less than equal to 4. So what is minus 2? This is nothing but greatest lower bound of A. Less than equal to 0, 0 is nothing but GLB of B. 3 is nothing but least upper bound of B. And now 4 is nothing but least upper bound of S. So by example, the proof of this theorem become very easy. Now because we are taking the particular case to prove this theorem, so now when we try to prove the theorem, we are not taking examples. Now, how we can prove the this theorem, that let u4 is equal to least upper bound of a, that is equal to 4, but let least upper bound of a is equal to u1. Okay. uh, or we can say let least upper bound of b, that is equal to u1, and greatest lower bound of b, that is equal to l1. So this is equal to l1, and least upper bound of a, that is equal to u2, and greatest lower bound of a, that is equal to l2. Now we try to prove this result by using u1 u2 and l1 l2. If you understand this example, then I think the proof of this theorem become very easy. So let us start the proof of this theorem. Let A and B be two non-empty bounded subsets of R of real number R, such that B is contained in A. So let U1 be the least upper bound of B, and L1 be the greatest lower bound of B. Also, let U2 be the least upper bound of A, and L2 be the greatest lower bound of A. This is our set of real numbers. We are taking this set A and B be a subset of, this is B. So here we take U1, that is LUB of B is equal to U1, and GLB of B is equal to L1. LUB of A is equal to U2. GLB of A is equal to L. So if X belongs to B, अगर हमने X यहाँ लिया, you can take any X. So let X belongs to B. This implies that X belongs to A, because why we write X belongs to A? Because B is a subset of A. It is given because B is a subset of A. Now since A का हमें लीस्ट अपर बाउंड ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड हमें दिया हुआ, since L2 be the greatest lower bound of A, आप यहाँ से देख सकते हो, you can find out in the figure that L2 is the GLB of A. What is the definition? That all X, GLB कब बोलते हैं? जब सारे के सारे सेट के X ग्रेटर हो उस नंबर से. इसका मतलब L2 is less than equal to, which implies that L2 is less than equal to X for all X belongs to A, because we take X, this set X, this element X in B. अगर वो ए के एलिमेंट के लिए सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है तो बिकॉज बी इज ऑल्सो अ सबसेट ऑफ ए, तो ये एक्स जो है फॉर ऑल एक्स बिलोंग, अगर ये सारे एक्स के लिए ए के लिए सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है तो दिस इंप्लाइज दैट L2 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू एक्स फॉर ऑल एक्स बिलोंग्स टू बी। तो बी के लिए तो सेटिस्फाई करेगा बिकॉज बी इज अ सबसेट ऑफ ए। सो बी कंस्ट्रक्ट अ रिलेशन। अब यस, नाउ अ क्वेश्चन इज ये L2 बी के लिए क्या होगा? L2 ए के लिए तो ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड है, बट L2 बी के लिए क्या है? यस, क्विकली pause the video, revise the content and then proceed. Yes, yes, very good. Yes, L2 is the lower bound of B. This implies L2 is lower bound of B, है ना? क्योंकि greatest lower bound and least upper bound, if exist, they are unique. ये सिंगल ही होते हैं, लेकिन देयर आर इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ लोअर एंड अपर बाउंड्स। सो हमने ऑलरेडी डिफाइन किया है कि बी का ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड L1 है, तो या तो L1 L2 के बराबर होगा, अगर ये उसका ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड है तो L1 L2 के इक्वल होगा। अगर ये ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड नहीं है बी का, इसका मतलब ये लोअर बाउंड है, तो L2 जो है वो लेस देन होगा L1। सो देयर इज अ रिलेशन। नाउ वी कंस्ट्रक्ट अ रिलेशन बिकॉज सिंस L1 is the GLB greatest lower bound of B, तो दो ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड तो हो नहीं सकते, तो क्या होगा? या तो L1 L2 के बराबर होगा या L1 L2 से बड़ा होगा। सो L2 is less than equal to L1. So let this be equation number 1. Also x belongs to B, this implies x belongs to A. Yes, because B is a subset of A. Since U2 be an upper bound of A, देखो यहाँ से you can see in the figure that U2 is the even least upper bound. I can say B with the least upper bound, with the least upper bound of A. So what is the definition of least upper bound? That all the element of a set are less than or equal to least upper bound. That is, all the element of A are less than equal to U2. Since it satisfy for A, because B is a subset of A, तो वो सारे एलिमेंट वो B की मतलब लेस देन इक्वल टू U2 होंगे। और U2 क्योंकि A का लीस्ट अपर बाउंड है और B का लीस्ट अपर बाउंड हमें U1 दिया है, तो U2 क्या बन गया? U2 उसका अपर बाउंड बन गया, बिकॉज B इज कंटेन्ड इन A, तो उसका अपर बाउंड बन गया। और अपर बाउंड बन गया और हमें B का लीस्ट अपर बाउंड दिया हुआ है, तो व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन लीस्ट अपर बाउंड एंड अपर बाउंड? दैट लीस्ट अपर बाउंड इज ऑलवेज लेस देन इक्वल टू द अपर बाउंड, या तो वो इक्वल होगा या वो लेस होगा। So now again we construct a relation between U1 and U2. So let us write U2 be the least upper bound of A. This implies that by definition of least upper bound, all the elements of A are less than equal to U2 for all x belongs to A. जितने भी x होंगे वो U2 से छोटे होंगे। This implies that x is less than equal to U2 for all x belongs to B, क्योंकि because B is a subset of A. So this is by definition of least upper bound. So now since U1 is the least upper bound of B. अगर U1 लीस्ट अपर बाउंड है, दो लीस्ट अपर बाउंड तो हो नहीं सकते, तो अगर ये सारे के सारे सेट के एलिमेंट B के लेस देन इक्वल टू U2 हैं तो U2 अपर बाउंड है. इट मींस दिस इंप्लाइज दैट अगेन वी कंस्ट्रक्ट अ रिलेशन दैट U1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू U2. या तो U1 U2 के बराबर हो सकता है, अदरवाइज U1 मस्ट बी लेस देन U2. सो दिस इज इक्वेशन नंबर 2. We also know that देखो एक जो इम्पोर्टेंट रिलेशन है कि हम इस थ्योरम को छोड़ के कोई जनरल सेट की बात करते हैं. लेट ए बी एनी नॉन एम्प्टी सबसेट ऑफ रियल नंबर आर. दिस इज सेट ऑफ रियल नंबर ए बी एन. अगर इसका अपर बाउंड यू है और लोअर बाउंड एल है, इवन इफ वी टॉक अबाउट लीस्ट अपर बाउंड, यू इज द लीस्ट अपर बाउंड एंड एल बी द ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड, तो what is the relation between by the definition how we can define that all the element of set A are greater than equal to L or less than equal to U. It means L is less than equal to X is less than equal to U. तो एक रिलेशन हमारे पास GLB और ये क्या है, GLB ऑफ A, और ये क्या है, LUB ऑफ A, लीस्ट अपर बाउंड ऑफ A. तो एक रिलेशन हमारे पास आ गया कि L इज ऑलवेज लेस एन इक्वल टू यू. हाँ, इक्वल एक केस में हो सकता है, ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड और लीस्ट अपर बाउंड एक केस में इक्वल हो सकते हैं, एंड द सेट इज सिंगलटन सेट. उस केस में क्या होगा, दोनों लीस्ट अपर बाउंड और ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड सेम हो सकते हैं. तो हो सकता है कि सेट सिंगलटन हो. अगर सिंगलटन नहीं होगा तो ग्रेटेस्ट लोअर बाउंड ऑफ A is always less than least upper bound of A. So we construct a relation that GLB of A is less than equal to LUB of A. Now we try to use this concept in the theorem. Since U1 be the least upper bound of B and L1 be the greatest lower bound of B, then by definition we can write x is greater than equal to L1 less than equal to U1 for all x belongs to B, or we can write L1 is less than equal to U1, or GLB of B is less than equal to LUB of B. So let us take this as equation number 3. Now from equation 1, 2 and 3, equation 1, 2 and 3 we get, देखो रिलेशन डिराइव करेंगे इक्वेशन 1, 2 और 3 की हेल्प से. L2 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू L1. ओके, L1 इज इक्वेशन नंबर 3 से L1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू U1, और इक्वेशन नंबर 2 से U1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू U2. तो इक्वेशन नंबर 1, 2 और 3 को क्लब करें, सो वी गेट L2 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू L1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू U1 इज लेस देन इक्वल टू U2. और व्हाट इज L2? L2 क्या था, देखो L2 इज GLB ऑफ A, L1 क्या है, GLB ऑफ B, U1 क्या है, LUB ऑफ B, U2 क्या है, LUB ऑफ A. So we can write in term of GLB and LUB. So we can write GLB of A is less than equal to GLB of B is less than equal to LUB of B is less than equal to LUB of. So this is the proof of this theorem, and this is very important theorem as for examination point of view. So again pause the video, revise the content, and then you proceed. PR, because this theorem is very important. So you can revise the content by, uh, by taking a pause, because this result is not so much simple. If you try to relate, try to construct an example, then the proof of this theorem become very easy. So we will discuss few results of least upper bound and greatest lower bound, and if time permit, then we will discuss some examples related to the theorem that we discussed today. Okay, so now next theorem. Let A and B be two non-empty bounded subsets of real number R. Then the set A plus B. Yesterday we have discussed about how we can define A plus B. A plus B is equal to, that is defined as A plus B such that A belongs to A and B belongs to B, is also bounded, is also bounded. Further, if U1 is equal to least upper bound of A, U2 is equal to least upper bound of B, L1 is equal to GLB of A, and L2 is equal to GLB of B, then LUB of A plus B is equal to LUB of A, least upper bound of A plus least upper bound of B, and greatest lower bound of A plus B is equal to greatest lower bound of A plus greatest lower bound of B. In some books, both the result can also be written as, or in term of least upper bound, they write supremum. Supremum of A plus B is equal to supremum of A plus supremum of B, and infimum of A plus B is equal to infimum of A plus infimum of B. So this is the result. One more theorem. If A be a bounded subset of R, real number R, then the set lambda A, that is equal to lambda into A such that this A belongs to capital A. where lambda is a fixed real number. Further, if u is equal to least upper bound of a and L is equal to greatest lower bound of a, then first point, least upper bound of lambda a, that is equal to lambda time least upper bound of a if lambda is greater than equal to 0, and lambda time infimum of, or we can say greatest lower bound. GLB, greatest lower bound of a if lambda is less than 0. Second, greatest lower bound of lambda a, if we have to find greatest lower bound of lambda a. So what is greatest lower bound? Again, it depends upon lambda. If lambda is greater than 0, greater than equal to 0, then lambda time GLB of a. If lambda is greater than equal to 0, then we simply multiplied uh, GLB of a by lambda if lambda is greater than equal to 0. But if lambda is negative, if lambda is negative means less than 0, then it is lambda time least upper bound of a. Let us take one example. If a is equal to close interval -1, 2, then find and and we fix lambda. And if lambda is equal to 2 or 3, let it be 3, then find LUB of lambda a and GLB of lambda a. So because lambda is equal to 3 is greater than 0, so we take this case and this case. So what is lambda, what is the LUB of lambda a? It is lambda time LUB of a, because lambda is greater than equal to 0. So here lambda is equal to 3, so we can use this. So LU, yes, least upper bound of a is 2, so lambda is 3, so 3 into 2, so least upper bound of lambda is 6. Now similarly, greatest lower bound of lambda a. What is greatest lower bound of lambda a? Because lambda is greater than 0, so we can write this is directly as lambda time GLB of a, that is 3 into GLB of a is -1, so it is minus. If lambda is equal to -1, then what is LUB of lambda a? Yes, quickly. What is LUB of lambda a? Yes, very true. Because lambda is -1, that is lambda less than 0. So LUB of lambda is lambda time GLB of A. So lambda is minus 1 into GLB of A, that is minus 1. So it is 1. And what is GLB of greatest lower bound of lambda A? Again, we consider the second case, this one, that is equal to lambda time least upper bound of A. So lambda is minus 1, least upper bound of A is 2. So it is minus 2. So now you try to think more examples related to all the content that we have discussed today. We will do some examples related to this the article that today we have discussed. For the time being, we try to revise all the contents and we will meet in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe and stay healthy.